Where do you draw the line between a video game and an interactive film? INMOST blurs this line by having you walk through a seemingly open world, but with an actually quite linear path and very simple gameplay. I'm saying that because you control your character using only 3 buttons plus the directional inputs. So even though it might look like I've trained 100 years to be able to pull this combo off right here, I literally just mashed the walk, dash and attack button. And for the last 20 minutes of the game, you're not even playing anymore. You're just watching cutscenes. Although mind you, those are very good cutscenes. So, what does the gameplay in INMOST look like? To put it into one word, puzzles. The very first room in the game is this one, and it already has a puzzle in it. You first try the door and oh well, it doesn't open, because of course it doesn't. Then you climb on the table, maybe already having noticed the vent, or just to get to the window, which is the biggest point of interest because of the light coming from it. Then you will notice that you can almost, but not quite, reach the shelf. Then you notice the closed closet doors, because you obviously need to find something to stand on, right? And so you open them and find a little stool. Then you drag it over, put it on the chair, then on the table, and finally you can climb the shelf and leave the room through the vent. And this is just the very first puzzle, mind you. That should give you an idea of how brilliant most of the puzzles are in this game. The brilliance of this puzzle is that you need this chair-stool combo later on in the game, and the game doesn't just hand you that. You have to actually figure it out yourself, and you feel accomplished when you finally get it. And there's many little puzzles like this one in the game, which mostly are incredibly well done, and it's very obvious if you're lacking a key item to progress in a puzzle. But come on, how am I supposed to know that I can just descend through the floor right there? And in addition to the great puzzles, this game tells a really touching story about a topic which really isn't discussed much in video games. Depression and sadness. And this really caught me off guard, because while I was expecting to play a very sad game, the characters and the atmosphere, everything felt so real. And I found connections between what was happening in the game and what happened in my life. And I'm sure if you're playing this game, you will find those connections too. That is what really set this game apart from other games like it, because I felt such a deep emotional connection with the characters I was playing as. Let's take a look at one particular scene that stuck out in my mind, which is not at all relevant to the overall story, but it's a little story in and of itself. You see, it's a story about a little boy who wanted nothing more but to get out of this scary place he was stuck in. But he couldn't do it alone. He needed our help. And when we finally did open the way for him to get out, he said this: "I'm not sure I want to go out anymore." Well, then I obviously wanted to talk to him, ask him why he didn't want to go out anymore. But when I pressed the interaction button, this is what happened. No! No! I didn't mean to! I wanted to talk to you! No! Oh my god. No. But this was not the end of that story. Because in the very next room, there was something there. Something evil. Something that chased me down. Oh my god, this thing is fast. Pause here for a second. So, yes, I did get wrecked, but do you realize who would have been killed if we didn't push him down that ledge. It's the boy. Later the boy even thanks you for saving him. I know. If I'd been standing there, but you... Oh! I need to be alone. Oh, we saved him! By pushing him down there, I saved his life. Otherwise that creature would have... And suddenly, this bad feeling, this feeling of regret you have for pushing him down there, turns into a somehow positive one. There's so many layers to this insignificant part of the story. But the main storyline is even better than that, because it's not only told through the people you meet, but also through the things you find in this strange world. You can find notes, for example, which sometimes are drawings, sometimes they are recipes, sometimes they are something different entirely, but they very much add to the story and support it, as well as these shards which you collect all over the map. They do have a purpose, but I don't want to spoil that purpose to you, because this game builds on you discovering the story by yourself. That's why I won't go into the story in this video. I'll make an entirely separate video where I only take a deep dive into the story and try to make sense of what it all means, because the story, while you do get the bigger picture, it's quite difficult to understand what exactly is going on. But ladies and gentlemen, I've been praising this game the entire time. Now I also need to point out some of the flaws that this game has. And I'm just gonna say it right out. This game has some bugs. Those are not big bugs, not game-breaking bugs, but nonetheless they're there, so I kind of have an obligation to point those out. And next to the visual bugs, which you can see on screen right now, there's also some auditory bugs. Well, to be fair, there's exactly two I encountered in my entire playthrough. One of those was one line not being read out by the voice actor, which, I mean, that's no big deal, but still kind of odd. And then the other one was a bit worse, in my opinion, because it was at a very emotional moment and the music just decided to stop entirely. Why did the music stop? All in all, this game took me around 4 hours to complete, where I didn't even get all the collectibles, I didn't get all the shards, neither did I get all the notes, and that's why I absolutely agree with the $15 price tag. You're definitely getting what you're paying for. That's why I give this game a solid 9 out of 10. Good job, guys. And thank you, person behind the computer screen, for watching this video all the way till the end. Turns out only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you like this video, then please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It would be very much appreciated. And it turns out an even smaller percentage of people who watch my videos actually know that I'm streaming on Twitch 3 times a week. So if you want to see me play the games which I review, then head on over there. It's always a lot of fun. But yeah, now everything there's left for me to say is have a great rest of your day. Taco out.